Hey there, everybody. My name is Turtle Dude. It's been a while, maybe 2 weeks, since I last uploaded a video on the channel, but it's been much longer than that since I uploaded a video about getting over it with Bennet Foddy. I actually do have one other video on my channel somewhere about this game, but it's recorded in 720p and I believe it's 30 FPS. It's not a great video, you don't need to watch it. We're just going to play the whole game again right here. But ever since then I've been wanting to record this game, but I couldn't because the recording setup could never handle it. This game runs like an absolute potato sometimes, so it made it difficult. But now I'm running a dual PC setup, so the game is being run on one computer and it's being recorded with a second one. That's how I'm pulling this off at the moment. Let's just start a new game here. I did one just to set up the audio, so let's see how it goes here. But the whole point of this game is you're this guy in a pot. You gotta drag yourself up over a mountain. It's a rage game, meaning it is extremely infuriating to play, but I've beaten it so many times that it's almost relaxing. And I do say almost relaxing. So, where you at, Bennett? You should start talking here in a minute, and you'll know when he starts.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here. Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. And don't worry, I'll save your progress, always, even your mistakes. This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products. In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery. And the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real. The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real. When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas. And that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world, not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas. For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds. Over time, we've poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash, but only trash culture. B games, B movies, B music, B philosophy.
Oops.
Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted. There's 3D models of breakfast, Gen X's fanfic novels, scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled. Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight. In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things? When games were new, they wanted a lot from you. Daunting you, taunting you, resetting and delaying you. Players played stoically. Now everyone's turned off by that. They want to burn through it quickly, a quick fix for the fickle, some tricks for the clicks of the feckless. But that's not you, you're an acrobat. You could swallow a baseball bat. Now I know, most likely you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, while some dude with 10 million views does it for you.
I
like
wish.
a baby bird being fed chewed up food. That's culture too. But on the off chance that you're playing this, what I'm saying is, trash is disposable, but maybe it doesn't have to be approachable. What's the feeling like? Are you stressed? I guess you don't hate it if you got this far. Feeling frustrated? It's underrated.
Yeah.
An orange is sweet, juicy fruit locked inside a bitter peel. That's not how I feel about a challenge. I only want the bitterness. It's coffee. It's grapefruit. It's licorice.
Alright, so that's where Bennet will stop for now. This game is... I've been making this look very easy. It is not. The first time I beat this game, it took me 8 hours. To get to this spot, probably took me 5 hours. And there's a trick to it, which I have since discovered. But it's very difficult to do. And you're looking at it. This is the hard part. If the mouse bugs, you go flying backwards. Okay. Got lucky that time. Please stick to that, thank you. But, sometimes that sends you clear to the bottom of the mountain. And it's just... It is what it is. But I have now beaten this game a total of 19 times. Which is nothing compared to the people who still play this game. They've beaten it multiple hundreds of times. But I would consider myself above average. Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you about the bats. There used to be a very loud jump scare noise for that, but for some reason, as I play this game more, the sound effect just got quieter and quieter. Until now, it just doesn't exist. But,
It feels like we're closer now. Composer and climber, designer and user. You could have refused, but you didn't. There was something in you that was hidden, that chose to continue.
you got that right, Bennett. I chose to continue this game a lot of times. So... Oh, that was a really bad jump. This part used to really give me trouble, but I've figured out a way to do it. Where you sit on this rock, like this, and you kind of hop, and you can do that. The problem is the hat gets in the way, so we throw it out of there, and we... and we do that. Excuse me while I try to make the hardest jump in the game. I almost made that first try. It's not really that risky, per se. It's just, because if you fall in here, I'll show you. If you fall in this hole, there's nothing. You can just go back up. So it's not like it's a big deal, you know. But the thing is making this jump, it's just a little bit too tall like that most of the time for you to reach it. It requires a particularly good hop or pogo. Ooh, I got the rock strat. That one hardly ever works. The thing I just did right there. He's gonna get lucky with it.
It means a lot to me that you've come this far, endured this much. Every wisecrack, every insensitivity, every setback you've forgiven me is a kingly gift that you've given me.
So, the reason that seems so sentimental, it took me 7 hours the first time I played this game to get here. So, yeah. I'd say I've improved over the years. This is really a trip back in the past here for me, honestly. I used to play this all the time, and now it's just like something I do every once in a while. Just like I am now. Ooh, don't touch the bucket. The bucket's easiest if you don't touch it. You get it right the first
We
try.
have the same taste, you and I. It's not ambition. It's ambition's opposite. An obdurate mission to taste defeat. You'll feel bad if you win, so I put this snake in for you.
Bennett, you're a little late to the party. I already blew past that snake a minute ago when I launched myself with the bucket. But, yeah, the snake takes you all the way to the bottom. I have ridden it. And, there's a sign right there that says, "Do not ride snake," but I did it. Please stick. Thank you. Did I reach that? Ooh. Okay. If you're wondering, there's invisible holes in the ground right here. Come on. Give it to me. Like that one? Okay. I didn't know where that one was. But you can see that there are some points you can grab, and I happen to be hitting them. But if you miss them...
Have you thought about who you are in this? Are you the man in the pot, Diogenes? Are you his hand? Are you the top of his hammer? I think not. Where your hand moves, the hammer may not follow, nor the man, nor the man's hand. In this you're his will, his intent, the embodied resolve in his uphill ascent.
Yeah, but if you miss those, your hammer can't stick to it, and you just slide off. That was an incredible ice cliff, by the way, for me. It was like one of the best ones I've ever done. So...
Now, you've conquered the ice cliff, the platforms, the church,
Save
the
me.
victory, the living room and the factory, the playground, the construction site, the granite rocks, and the lakeside. You've learned to hike. There's no way left to go but up, and in a moment I'll shut up. But let me say, I'm glad you came.
First time I got here, I was so stressed out of my mind. I was visibly sweating when I came here. I was literally sweating. Oh, man. Thought the game was over, and then I saw this radio tower, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Come on, sit on that. No! That'll work. A little shaky, but I'll take it.
Oh.
Come on. Oh, yeah. Got the good gravity on this one. Feel that pull.
I dedicate this game to you, the one who came this far. I give it to you with all my love.
Come on, give it to me. I'm like, that's like 2 inches away from beating the game right there. I just didn't get quite enough of a jump on it, and it's going to cost me time. Come on. Pull me down. There we go. Now we win. That took me 8 hours to beat the first time. Not gonna give me the song this time?
I'm going down the road feeling bad. Lord, I'm going down the road feeling bad. I'm going down this road feeling bad. And I ain't gonna be treated this away. I'm going where the chill wind never blows. Lord, I'm going where that chill wind never blows. I'm going where that chill wind never blows. And I ain't gonna be treated this away. I'm going where the climate suits my cauldron. I'm going where my cauldron's never cold. I'm going where the climate suits my cauldron. I ain't gonna be treated this away. I'm going down this road feeling bad. Lord, I'm going down this road feeling bad. I'm going down this road feeling bad. And I ain't gonna be treated this away.
That's that. How long do you think it took me? 14 minutes. That is actually the fastest I have ever beaten this game. What are the chances that when I'm recording would be the fastest thing? Like normally this takes me like 20 to 30 minutes, sometimes closer to 40. That one took me 14 minutes. That was a good one. So yeah. But anyway, as you can read here, I can't proceed until I end the video. It's against the rules. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me for this incredibly short 15-minute journey that used to be 8 hours. And, yeah. Have a good day. My name is Turtle Dude. Peace out.